leader. This Ali. Brother Ali, give him a round of applause. I mean, he put in a lot of work in Oakland. I mean, he came down here and we shut Stockton down with Chris right here. Chris, young man, what's your name? I should know your name. Ken. We came down here and we shut Stockton down. We shut it down so hard they brought the helicopter out here to see what was going on in Stockton. So we let you know that they care about us, and Oakland is with us to any battle.
How y'all doing? Hey, I hate to be the representative of Oakland because there's a lot of work that's been done by us as a people, as a community. So I'm only going to speak on my part and what I believe in and what I believe as what we could do as a people. And that's the only thing I could do. First off, let me say the fact that police brutality today in Oakland is not going on the way that it is today or as powerful as it is without us fighting for James Rivera. You know, on April 10th, 2012, these barbecues was pretty much initiated out of the need for that. You know, it was for us to reaching out into the community and find out what the community wants and how the community wants us to respond as a people. You know, and James Rivera and the family came out to us out there in Oakland when we did the second series of barbecues. And from that, we came out here. And when we came out here, we shut down South San Leon, El Dorado, right there where that exit Main Street and 99 and all that whole place just meets up on a Monday, on a day that's a business at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, that's where power comes in, when you are fucking with them. You know, we could do this on a weekend and we could do it after 5 o'clock, but it doesn't mean anything when they lose money. You know, and from that, what led to is like we in Oakland later on, almost approximately almost a year later, Alan Bluford got killed. You know, and that got coerced by some other people, and it led to us being divided of what we need to do as a people. We need to like connect Stockton, Vallejo, South San Francisco, Oakland. This is how we need to do it. Last week we had one on behalf of little Bobby Hutton out in Oakland, and he was murdered by the OPD. And this extends of the system that we are dealing with today. You know, and it's like if we don't unite together as a people or as a unit together, it's not going to mean anything to us. They're not going to listen to us. You know. If we don't start talking about the militarization of the police department, how they're learning their tactics on how to deal with us urbanly, you know, how they're all of a sudden we are having high amount of police murder rates in our black and people of color communities. You know, where is that stemming from? It's not our fault. You know, we're not killing one another because it's our fault. You know? Our brothers are not going out there shooting one another down because of anything else, because of our fault. It's because what we want or what we need. And that's what we need to start uniting this whole fight together. Whether you're black, whether you're brown, whether you're white. Believe me, there's a fight that you have to fight for today. Because today, there's a fight of capitalism, of people that have money, the people that have taken your houses away from you, where your inheritance are no longer the way it needs to be. So this is the continual violence that we are talking about. It's a violence that continues on in our whole society and our whole system. And so therefore, how are we going to unite one another? We need to continue stuff like this, where it does not involve nonprofits, where it comes out of the people, because they're doing it genuinely. They're not doing it for anything to come back to them. No gain, financial gain. What they are doing it for is for people, for families that are being suffering. They are suffering through the same situations, whether it be financially, whether it be by violence. And this violence is not only here in the United States, it's going on globally. You know, we need to stop just looking at ourselves within this park who are dealing with this and realize that that person standing on that next sidewalk, those people that are selling those shirts are over there selling it for a reason. It's the same system that is fucking with us. In a way that we kill one another and we accept police killing us. They made it to a point where it's going to become consensual to accept police brutality on our community. When Rodney King got beat up, we think that police brutality is just a beat up. They done extended that, they done got more forceful, where they're killing us now.
What's up?
So now we need to wake up and need to forget about the fact that we're fighting out here in Stockton and start fighting out there in Oakland, fighting in Vallejo, fighting in South San Francisco, fighting in Modesto, and fighting in Sacramento when it's coming up on April 20th. Find a way to go out there and let them know that Camille Harris needs to do her job.
That's right.
And that's the only way we're going to do it, is that we all need to connect. And you know what? In the 1960s, the Black Panthers had an opportunity to do it out there. And now, in Stockton, this is the place. This is the place where that power or that baton could be picked up upon. Because, you know what, gentrification, yes, it's happening in Oakland. But guess where they pushed them all to? Right here. Right here. So that means we need to pick up the fight from here. Because it's starting to happen, y'all. And we need to pick it up. All power to the people.
So Charles, we got another speaker from the Bay Area too. Support.
Thank you, Dion. Hi, everybody. I'm Charles Dubois. I'm with Labor Black and Brown. And I want to say a few things about Malcolm X, but Brother Ali had a few interesting things that he said about the nonprofits and how that's probably responsible for our disorganization. I believe there's also these coalitions we organize ourselves. Let me put it like this. Back in the early and mid-'60s, we had tenants councils and block committees in Harlem and Chicago organizing against the system in tandem with the revolts against the police brutality. Now, I haven't done a study as to what happened to those, but since we keep losing our battles against the police brutality, against the bosses and the strikes, against everything but fighting for righteousness, we keep losing pretty much. I believe it's because we keep fighting in the manner that they want us to fight in. So when I talk about independent self-organization, that means block committees, or however you people might sort of figure to organize yourself to be effective against a system without the Democratic Party and politicians come nosing around putting their agenda on it. Okay? So that's what's nice about this thing here. And also, Sister Linda is organizing these things in Oakland, a march through the community. You see, part of the problem with the so-called left, I'm going to digress for a second here. They want to pretend that we're bigger than we are and we're capable of more than we are. And before our army gets into a battle or whatever we have together gets engaged into a fight, we have to properly assess what we're able to do. And so, in short, what was missing in the 60s with the Black Power movement, which I was a part of, was Black Power mixing with workers' power. So two things happened. The labor bureaucrats who were still around selling out, they got off the hook back then. You see, because what was happening, Malcolm X was talking about not having a truce with Martin Luther King. He still disagreed with Dr. King's pacifist, turn the other cheek, nonviolent philosophy. But what he said is that, look, I'm not going to argue with King in public anymore. I'm going to organize some brothers, and we're going to go down south and defend Martin Luther King's right to be nonviolent by any means necessary. Okay? And that was a serious proposition, which actually the North should have taken up. And the workers in the North should have taken up. You see, there's tricks that the labor movement has that people won't tell you about. There's the thing called flying squads. That's a four-door car that the unions used to use when they had to break up some scabs. They'd have a whole fleet of cars, pick up a bunch of guys, 6 guys in, they get to the place, 6 guys out, kick some butt, get back in, and get out. But I'm saying those kind of tactics need to be provided and combined with the freedom riders going down south. So what I'm saying was absent is the labor movement getting involved in our fight. So what I'm going to conclude here with is how I think we can have that happen maybe in the next couple of months. So the Black Riders Liberation Party, they're not here today. They are sort of in sorts and got some things they're doing, so they send their greetings. I'm not speaking on their behalf, but we're all solid on self-defense. That's a matter of independent self-organization I was talking about. But see, they're getting victimized by the police in terms of parole violations and arrests, and being characterized by the Southern Poverty Law Center as race separatists. Now, that's not what they're about, absolutely. But when somebody of a respect like that mislabels somebody so grotesquely like that, something is up. And so what happened in the past, in the late 60s and early 70s, before they assaulted the Panther Party, they orchestrated a campaign in the public to demonize them, okay, to isolate them so when they did get attacked, they wouldn't get support. The Panthers got support anyway. But the problem with the Riders is they're in the egg right now. They're a strong group, but they're small, and they need protecting so they can get bigger, and other people can take the example for self-defense. So what we're trying to do here is get the Riders to talk to the ILWU about not only their legal problems, but also about some mutual union self-defense with the black community. While we're at it, we want to talk about and do organize.
Our black and brown die, and nobody seems to understand or care. Our lives matters. We was at the City Hall meeting in Stockton Tuesday. They was up here talking about the dogs. The dogs, you understand the dogs? We want to understand this human life dying every day. No housing, no jobs. So we gotta come together. We can't be sad. We gotta put that on the step now.